don't know about you, but Aespa is one of those groups that makes my heart violently rupture and shake just by the single thought of them. On a second thought, actually, I do know about you. At least more than half of you watching this, since you guys, plus 100% of my social media feed, are enamored by Aespa.
Love you so much.
And one of the big reasons as to why I love them so much is that they are a dream group that I've been wanting to see from SM ever since I became a K-pop fan 5 years ago. Back when I was a mere layman plummeting into the eccentric landscape and discography of NCT, I thought to myself, and please don't kill me after I say this, it would be so awesome if there was a girl group version of what their main concept is. I'm in no way trying to say that Aespa are the female version of NCT. I'm just trying to explain that the elements of NCT that I was attracted to, such as their SM swagger and cyber-esque concept at the time, was something that I wished to see in a girl group from SM. But little did I know that that wish came true more than 1 whole year and a half later. Domestically and internationally, 2024 Aespa have caused seismic-like waves of virality, praise, social media buzz, and success with their industry-defining title tracks and je ne sais quoi aura the members bring every comeback season. Aespa have been demolishing records left and right like it's their full-time job, and gave Mize Everywhere a good dose of Freudenfreude, and I would hope it would be the non-toxic kind. I apologize for that awful pronunciation. I tried to pronounce it as adequately as I could, so if you are German or if you do know German, I apologize for how cringe that was, but anyways, moving on. Their long streak of spectacular title tracks has been going incredibly well ever since their slight fumble with Girls, and it doesn't seem like that streak is going to die anytime soon, especially since they have had such an incredibly strong, gargantuan, and crazy good year, sonically, conceptually, and artistically. Without a doubt, these 4 girls have solidified and cemented 2024 as theirs, just like they did 3 years ago. Pause for a second and think of the very first K-pop track that comes to mind when you imagine traveling through the endless depths of space, dodging asteroid belts and zooming by galaxies on a neon pink spaceship going 1,000 miles per hour. Do you have your answer? If the answer wasn't obvious enough considering this video's subject matter, you need to scrap it, because the glaring answer to that prompt is... su-su-su-supernova! I don't know what Dem Joints was on in 2024, but they completely locked in. Not just for IVE when they produced Hey Ya, but also with Supernova. Without a single minuscule doubt, Supernova is the best song that he has ever produced. Also, did you know that Dem Joints has been an American producer this whole time and has worked with the likes of Rihanna? That's crazy, but also not surprising, as with a song as bombastically good as Supernova, I'm not even fazed at the fact that it was produced by a multi-platinum, 3-time Grammy-awarded musician and producer. And not only was the production, arrangement, planic rock sample, composition, etc. astonishing, but the Aespa girls brought their full A-game to the table. If you find it too difficult to even point out your favorite parts of a song since the whole entire thing is so good, then I think we have a certified smash hit on our hands. Countless parts performed in this song not only were the catchiest, but went super viral.
I'm like some kind of supernova. Watch out. Body bang. Su-su-su-supernova.
Even in NASA, the NASA was on board the love train for this song. I would give this pre-release a 9 out of 10, aka 5 supernovas. It is not shocking in the least that an incredible track that feels like a whole intergalactic movie compacted within 2 minutes and 59 seconds would gain widespread critical acclaim and win major awards such as Mama 2024 Song of the Year. Su-su-su-supernova is su-su-su-super awesome, and 5 to 10 years from now, I would say that Supernova would be one of the most memorable songs to come from not just K-pop in 2024, but music from 2024 as well. One thing that not a lot of people know about me is that I love songs that initiate dystopian and post-apocalyptic vibes. Some great examples of K-pop songs that invoke that include Gorilla by ATEEZ, Maison by Dreamcatcher, Tank by NMIXX, Blessed Cursed by NHypen, Next to Level by Aespa, and last but not least, Armageddon. I had some minor expectations that Armageddon would be even better than Supernova, but it's perfectly okay that it's not. It would even feel unfair a little bit to compare Armageddon to the gargantuan Supernova because Supernova is on its own level in my opinion. But that isn't to say that Armageddon is bad, not in the single slightest. I really love Armageddon, and despite Supernova receiving a higher rating, if I had to choose between the two, I prefer Armageddon. It's one of the most SM songs to ever SM in terms of production, composition, and arrangement. Moreover, on the production, composition, and arrangement part, I love how the bass lines are jagged, the deep synths zigzag, the hip-hop adjacent drums, the bridge piano that gives it a more interesting flair, and the high-pitched synths that sound like it came out of a pixelated video game. All these elements, particularly the piano, synths, and bass, give Armageddon a nice refreshing edge in its compacted musical environment. Their music video directors, creative directors, music video editors, CGI/VFX special effects editors, stylists, makeup artists, etc. For all three of these comebacks, and especially Armageddon, deserve several sanctuaries of flowers awarded to them. In particular, I would give hundreds of sanctuaries of flowers to the people who worked on Armageddon's music video, because I have never wanted a K-pop music video to be turned into a film or even a dark anime as much as Armageddon. I have no idea what this huge floating lady mermaid creature thing is, but I need lore dropped on her now. I want to learn so much more about this dystopian purgatory they are in, but I need someone to explain it to me like I'm 5, because when it comes to learning about lore, especially in K-pop, my brain can be pretty overloaded pretty quickly. Plus, congrats to them for winning Best Music Video with Armageddon at Mama. I feel that was truly, truly deserved. For their first full album, finally, since Mize, such as myself, have been waiting since, I would say, Girls to Spicy era, if I remember correctly, Armageddon's tracklist is pretty mixed. Anything after Bahama is an instant skip for me, and Set the Tone, Mine, Licorice, and Bahama are some of my favorite B-sides to come from 2024 K-pop. Long Chat does not really need to be there. Prologue would have been better on a shorter EP, Live My Life is cute but isn't very interesting to me, and Melody fits better on a special SM holiday album. Coming from one of my olds, I'm not sad that this album isn't out of the park levels of good, but for the B-sides that are good, they are great, and I'd argue that they are some of the best B-sides Aespa have put out so far. Also, this would be my ranking for all tracks on the Armageddon album.
Whip-whiplash, whip-whiplash.
I'm not gonna lie, I was scared about Whiplash. Supernova and Armageddon were released 5 months prior to Whiplash, so I was thinking, how on earth are they going to move on from that era so quickly and conjure up another smashing comeback in 5 months? I'm not implying that it couldn't be done, and I'm aware that groups such as Aespa are quickly able to transition from one comeback to the next within 6 or more months. They did that very thing with Drama in November and released Supernova 6 months later in May. But I'm still like, whoa, that was really fast. Plus, how on earth could Armageddon and Supernova be potentially topped, especially artistic and concept-wise? So I was very expectant to see what the song and comeback would be like outside of the little snippets they released. Suffice to say,
I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied.
I am over the moon, no TXT, to say that Aespa have graciously given us 2 Space Club bangers in 1 single year. Whiplash kind of gives similar vibes to LE SSERAFIM's Crazy in terms of an upbeat and flamboyant club song that sounds the way Silver Chromatic looks. It's also a very catchy fashion runway song similar to Crazy as well. It's not as sonically interesting as Supernova or Armageddon, but again, it doesn't have to be. Whiplash does what it needs to do as a club song, which is great because I love techno club music no matter how bombastic or basic it may sound to me. But what impressed me isn't just the song, it's mostly the artistic and creative direction. I mean, are you seeing this? The music video, concept photos, teaser photos, outfits, accessories, makeup, hair, styling, all of it. Who thought of this? How many centuries of flowers do I need to get ready for this entire team? I don't think I've obsessed over the artistic direction of an Aespa comeback since Savage Era, which was a lifetime ago, and I don't think I'll ever get over it. Do you see these Whiplash limited edition t-shirt designs? Literally, what the heck? Can they drop a manga or webtoon with these character designs like now? This era has their strongest EP hands down. Just Another Girl is kinda but the rest are pretty fire. I would give this EP an 8.85 out of 10 or a 4.5 stars. I'm really sad that their solo songs weren't featured on this album because as I'm currently saving up to buy Whiplash and the other Aespa albums I don't already own, it would be so rad to play my favorite solo, Giselle's, on my new CD player, Speaking of which, what was your favorite Aespa solo? These would be my rankings for all 4 of them. I am absolutely terrified of what Aespa has planned for 2025, and I say that with a large smile on my face, because one thing Aespa always does well is release comebacks stronger and stronger than the last. They don't have to beat Whiplash, and there's no need or pressure to. I mean, they're Aespa, for crying out loud. However, because Whiplash visually and conceptually was so supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, how are we just supposed to swiftly move on 5 to 7 months from now, you know? Even during Whiplash era, I was still kind of reeling over Supernova and Armageddon era, and by the time their first 2025 comeback rolls around, I'll probably be reeling over this current era too. So now that we'll be in that long period of time until then, I'm just flabbergasted as to what type of musical superweapon that Aespa have up their sleeve. For some bonus notes, the achievements they've made this year, such as being the first SM group to win Song of the Year and Mama, is a really massive feat, especially considering the fact that SM is almost 30 years old. Being the first female act at Mama to win 6 awards, being named Best K-pop 2024 by Apple Music again, NASA being on board for Loving Supernova, being awarded Album of the Year, Artist of the Year, and Song of the Year by Melon Music Awards, and I could go on and on about all they have accomplished. One thing that I really hope for though is that the members get some well-deserved rest after such a busy year. 3 Korean releases, 1 Japanese debut, a world tour, etc. is nothing to scoff at. This year, there has been some news of some Aespa members experiencing health issues, such as Winter undergoing pneumothorax surgery, which essentially means her lung collapsed. And recently it was reported that she was experiencing body aches, so I'm especially worried for her since I would hate for that to happen again, or to any of the other Aespa members as well. So I don't think we need any immediate music in 2025 until they've rested and relaxed at least a little bit, considering how much SM loves overworking their artists. And I hope that they'll be in good enough shape to bring a new exquisite dish to the 2025 K-pop table once comeback season comes back around again.